K Nation, sponsored by 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Tonight on K Nation, we sit down with the Augusta National Women's Amateur Champion herself on Masters Sunday nonetheless. Hear from Carla Bernat and her caddy coach later in the show.
Plus, the race to the relays is on. We sit down with KU's meet director to preview the historic event at Rock Chalk Park.
And of course, it would not be the offseason without transfer portal moves. We'll track the latest transfer on the court for both the Jayhawks and the Wildcats.
Welcome in to K Nation. Caroline Soro here alongside Landon Reinhardt, and happy Masters Sunday. Boy, do we have a lot to get to today.
I wore my green pin today in honor of the Masters. Didn't get the memo. I didn't want to tell her because I wanted to stand out.
Fine, whatever.
We have a lot of sports to get to, so let's just dive right on in. K-State baseball hosting UCF this weekend. Got swept at Okie State last week, then a midweek win over Missouri State. But guess who got to throw out the first pitch on Friday?
Look at her go!
One Carla Bernat. She threw a strike. Game one, first home loss of the season. I guess I'd never get to go back to Toynton.
Maybe not.
But the Wildcats cleaned up Saturday and Sunday for the comeback series victory. K-State's record now sits at 23-12, 10-5 in the Big 12.
And number 19 KU baseball had a tough trip to Texas.
Yeah.
Game 1 at number 24 TCU is a 14-1 loss. Game 2 is a 4-3 loss. And then the Jayhawks cannot avoid the sweep today. It's a 7-2 loss, and now they have a 27-10 record with 4 straight L's. This did happen, though, with the Derek Serta solo shot today. KU hits its 76th home run of the year, breaking the program record for the most in a season with a minimum of 21 games left to be played.
I have a feeling they may hit another one in there at some point.
Might be right. Big series next weekend, too, though. Sunflower Showdown is on its way to Lawrence, and as of now, the Friday and the Saturday matchups are sold out.
Man, it's been packed this season. It's going to be
so fun. And with as good as these teams have been playing, we're expecting it to be one of the best series on the field that the matchup has had to offer, too. The Jayhawks lead the all-time series, but the Wildcats have won 3 straight.
And it was tense in Manhattan last year, if you remember.
Yes, it was.
All right, not a great weekend for KU softball, hosting number 13 Arizona. Friday was a battle. Olivia Bruno goes 7 innings with just 2 earned runs. The Jayhawks couldn't get the bats around. Then on Saturday and Sunday, the games get out of hand quick. 7 runs and 5 runs in the first innings. Kansas is swept. The record is now 17-20, 4-11 in Big 12 play.
A little bit of strange timelines for our football teams.
They're taking different approaches to spring ball.
Yeah, K-State started last week and KU is now finished.
Yeah, spring ball finished over in Lawrence. A lot of change to figure out for this team. No Devin Neal, wide receiver trio, All-American DBs, some linemen, all gone. But every time we've spoken to the coaching staff, they've seemed really excited about what's to come with this roster.
Sure have.
Lance Leipold says his players are wanting to be coached and are asking more questions than ever.
We do a lot of checks and balances in this program, and our punctuality and things like that of being what we're supposed to be doing the things that we ask our guys to do was significantly better than where we were a year and 2 years ago. Even the veteran team that we had, it really shows that this group understands. That part I'm extremely pleased with.
And that wraps up KU spring ball. Just 132 days until the season opener against Fresno State.
It'll be here before we know it. Meanwhile, in Manhattan, K-State football is just getting started on spring practice. Here's your first look at the 2025 Wildcats, and we know what everybody wants.
Oh, boy.
Here's some Avery Johnson passes, tossing a deep ball to senior receiver Jaron Bradley. There were a few of those, actually. Check out this back shoulder toss on the other end.
Throw.
Woo! All the way out there. And how about a little familiar connections that Cats fans got to see last season? Johnson to Chase Brown over the middle. It wasn't all offense out there, though. There's the secondary putting in some work outside, and you'll see veteran safety VJ Payne out there with the number 7 jersey on.
They're expecting big things out of him.
They sure are. You beat me to it. Defensive passing game coordinator Van Malone had many a positive to say about Payne earlier this week. Here's coaching what the team's hoping to accomplish in camp.
As we work in the spring, we're developing the fundamentals. Because there's going to come a point where we're going to have to play Army, right? And it'll be totally different than anything that we see. We try to train our guys from a fundamental standpoint, especially in the spring, to be prepared for everything.
Now, the last chance we get to look at these guys is on Tuesday before that trip to Ireland on August 23rd.
We'll see if we can make it. Probably not. Hopefully. All
we'll
right,
see.
some quick headlines to get through. The 102nd edition of the Kansas Relays is right around the corner. There's no corners on the track, but, you know.
It's round.
We sit down one-on-one with the meets director later in the show, but get this, already a record-breaking 5,600 entries.
Woo!
The festivities start Thursday and run through Saturday.
All right, tennis action now. KU sweeps the Sunflower Showdown earlier today. First two doubles matches were won for a point for the Jayhawks. Then Mulville, Titova, and Kubo all won their individual matches to claim the 4-0 victory.
I don't know about that shot. Like, it didn't look that hard for me.
Carla Bernat talking some trash on
Okay.
Rory there. Yeah, the Augusta National Women's Amateur Champion is gearing up for the Big 12 tournament starting Tuesday. But don't forget about Coach Cool's Jayhawks. Remember, 5 tournament wins this season, plus a second place and third place finish. We'll sit down with Carla later in this show. Big 12 tourney's in Houston.
It'll be fun, and tomorrow night in the Big Apple, the Little Apple's own Serena Sundell will be center stage for the WNBA draft. K-State's senior point guard is one of just 15 to get the invite as the nation's leader in assists continues her basketball career.
I'm smiling for her in
It's-
advance. How cool
it'll
is
be
that?
so
They all get to
exciting.
get dressed up, hear your name
I
called.
know. Ooh, it'll be fun.
All right, don't go anywhere. We're just getting started up on this show. Coming up, that one-on-one interview with the champ that we just told you about. Just wait until you hear which major athletes reached out to her after winning the amateur. Little sneak peek right there.
But first, who's in, who's out, and where have the rest landed? We'll do our best to track the latest transfer portal moves on the court right after this.
Why do most roofers say to replace your roof instead of rejuvenate your shingles? Simple, because they can't offer our service. If you've been told to replace your roof, call RoofMax Topeka today. We would rather bring your roof back to life than replace it for you. Get all your options. It could be saved.
What are your dream projects? Fidelity State Bank can help you with a home equity loan to do those larger projects you want to do on your home. Many options are available. The home equity loan can help increase your current property value. Just call us to discuss making your dreams come true.
Your hometown Fidelity Bank. We do business right here at home.
From clearing land to building sheds or retaining walls to digging ponds, All Seasons Excavating and Landscape is here to turn your vision into reality. Our experienced equipment operators can create landscapes that increase your property's value. Call All Seasons Excavating and Landscape today.
Keep your RV in top shape with Noller RV's exclusive service specials. Our part-timer package is just $349, perfect for occasional trips. And our weekender package is only $11.99, ideal for frequent travelers. Visit Noller RV today for expert service and peace of mind on the road.
To students that haven't filled out the FAFSA yet, I would say that it is very important to do.
Everyone should file the FAFSA.
Hello, I am Julianne Mazachek, the president of Washburn University. If you need help submitting the FAFSA, no matter your educational choice, please contact our financial aid office and one of our caring staff members will guide you through the process.
Welcome back into K-Nation. A bunch of basketball transfer portal updates to run through from all 4 of our teams this week.
I know. We've got a lot going on in the portal. Just
and
all
we're
over
going to
the
be
country.
doing it until the end of time, it seems.
I know. Let's go ahead and start. We'll start it off in Manhattan, where the Armadillo Assassin is leaving town.
Uh-oh.
Brennan Hassen started every game for K-State this season after transferring in from Villanova. He averaged 10.9 points a game on 38.8% shooting from 3.
And they're hoping that this guy can replace the kind of role that he was in. Here's 3-point specialist Abdi Bashir Jr. out of Monmouth. Bashir led the country in 3-point makes per game last season at just under 4 a contest. So get ready to see him shoot the 3 ball. He shot at a 38.3% clip. The junior to be earned all conference honors with the Hawks this last season.
And for another set of Hawks, 1-year Jayhawk Diggy Coit transfers to Maryland.
He's a Terp.
He played in all 34 games this season, averaging 5.1 points and 1.3 assists per game after coming in from Northern Illinois.
And we have some exports from K-State women as well. Here's Imani Lester. She has entered the transfer portal. The sophomore center Came to Manhattan from Louisville with Zy Walker. They were roommates, actually, before transferring in together. She played in all 34 games this season, averaging 2.4 points and 2.7 rebounds.
And Gisela Sanchez is on the move as well, the senior forward-to-be. She appeared in 27 games off the bench, averaging 4.2 points and 3.1 rebounds. She had a few big moments, though, including a 12-point performance in the Sunflower Showdown against KU.
I'm glad that she got to go through senior day there, too.
Yeah,
All right.
special.
K-State filling in the center hole with a transfer, Ramia White, out of Virginia Tech. She appeared in 15 games for the Hokies as a true freshman, averaging just 1.4 points and 1.6 rebounds. I'd expect her to get some more playing time as she grows. She's a 6'5" sophomore to be and was the top-ranked center in Kentucky coming out of high school.
And Topeka native and KU freshman Zoe Canfield has picked a new home after transferring. The 5'11" guard will play at Missouri State after playing in 15 games in Lawrence, where she averaged 1.7 points per contest. So good news for her, I guess, is that she's still a little close to home, right? A little bit farther, but like she's still not too far, right?
I tell you what, another Kansas legend, Jackie Stiles, played there. My mom historically got to play against her in high school. My mom wasn't a star or anything, but she played against her. And the story that my mom tells is their coach entered the locker room and said, let's try to lose by less than 30.
Wow.
That's how good Jackie Stiles was.
Yeah, that's crazy.
She was the NCAA leader in points until Sabrina Ionescu.
That's just incredible.
Pretty cool. All right, take us a break, Caroline.
Coming up, the countdown to the Kansas Relays is on. We sit down one-on-one with KU Meet Director Tim Byers to talk about the historic event right after this.
Established in 2005, Sardo Countertops opened to transform houses into homes and to provide exquisite service throughout the Midwest. The result is a true masterpiece for your home.
Hi, this is Voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you will be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. For 24/7 non-judgmental support, just call, text, or chat 988.
Batter up at Play It Again Sports. We offer an extensive selection of new and used baseball and softball equipment from Wilson, Easton, Rawlings, Louisville Slugger, DeMarini, String King, Dudley, Mizuno, Marucci, and Nakona. We have custom uniforms. Try before you buy with our indoor batting cage. Bring in your quality used gear to save even more by trading in and trading up or get cash on the spot. We are buying all day, every day. Play It Again Sports, 21st and Fairlawn in the Fairlawn Plaza Mall.
Fight fog. Don't dispose of cooking grease down the sink, which can cause costly clogs. Instead, just let it cool, pour it into a jar or can, and then throw it away. Cool it, can it, trash it.
Ace Plumbing Experience.
Briggs Auto Group, locally owned since 1979. We're proud to be your trusted dealership, standing by fair and transparent pricing with no surprise fees. Our sales professionals are trained, non-commissioned experts, focused on helping find the right vehicle and not just making a sale. Come experience our first-class care before and after the purchase. Come see us at Briggs Auto Group, where trust matters and customers are number one.
Hey, look what's going on at Briggs Auto. Briggs!
Welcome back into K-Nation. We are less than 1 week from the 102nd annual Kansas Relays, one of the most historic events in the area.
Yeah, KU's Meet Director actually told me that there are only 3 relays in the nation that are 100 years or older, so pretty cool. I sat down with him to talk about what he expects at this year's event. Listen in. You mentioned before we started talking that there's a large number of high school kids that compete, but it's not just the high school kids. It's high school athletes from Kansas. It's college athletes from all over. There were even some professional athletes out here last year from what I remember. What are you expecting in terms of people that are going to be competing too?
That's a great question. We're at record number of entries right now. We're at 5,600 entries. We were only at 5,000 last year.
Wow.
So we had another 600, but the high school portion is just going to be huge right now. So you're looking at probably possibly up to 400 high school different teams being represented out here, along with 100 plus collegiate teams together, and we're running together and competing on the same track, not against each other, but at the same times and everything. It's pretty neat to see and how that all comes together with that many people and keeping that schedule. So with that, we'll have about 124 different events.
I remember from last year, Olympian and KU alum Bryce Hoppel was in the house.
Right.
There's some big names that come out to this event too, like high school kids are out, college kids are out, but there's professional athletes that come out and train too. I mean, that's pretty cool of an opportunity for those kids to be around a presence like that as well, right?
Exactly. Unfortunately, Bryce can't make it this year. He's during the Grand Slam. I'll give you 100,000 reasons why he may not be here. But, I actually got a text from him and saying, he goes, Tim, this kills me because I've been competing out there since 2017. And for me not to be there, it gut wrenches him and stuff. So it's nice to hear that. But we have, Jim Ryan's going to be back, again. And we got Coach Stanley Redwine, who is the Olympic coach. We got Michael Joseph, who was on the Olympic team from KU also. We're going to have Scott Russell, a former Olympian he's now at Eudora High School and stuff. He was an Olympian for Canada in the javelin. I mean, hopefully, names like Scott Huffman, pole vault Olympian and stuff. I mean, people that are going to come back that have been a part of the historic program, part of the relays, and part of Kansas track and field.
Tim, I know just from talking to you on past occasions that this event is kind of near and dear to you, having lived in Lawrence for a long time. It's just kind of seeing the event come to fruition every single year. That's got to be like Super Bowl for you. I mean, that's got to be kind of like pinnacle of the year, this awesome event that you have a huge hand in organizing and putting together.
Yeah, being a Lawrence kid, born and raised, born at Lawrence Memorial Hospital, went to Lawrence High. I've been to 40 plus, relays in my life and stuff. So, and the last 3 years being able to be the director is kind of a dream job, definitely a dream job for me, come true and everything. So just to see I was able to bring it back after COVID, us and the staff and the administrators were like, yes, we're bringing it back, and they trusted me enough to do that. And I think they saw dear in my heart how much this means to me, how much it means to this community, not only just for all the athletes, but financially for our community. I mean, they did an economic impact, and it was $3+ million that they bring into Lawrence just for that weekend and stuff. So that's if we can help out Lawrence, we can help out KU, help out Kansas, and it's a win-win-win for us.
You guys are expecting a pretty big crowd out here of fans coming to watch too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We could put, with the extra stands we put in the standing, we can put 11,000 people out here, and I'm hoping we want the stands full. I've been kind of saying like pack the park. That's kind of my thing that I use is pack Rock Chalk Park. We want to see, because it's not enough for just to come out and cheer one person on, but if you're going to cheer all these athletes on, it's really incredible. And I think you're going to see, you'll never know, you may be cheering on the next Olympian.
Right.
Or the next national champion, or the next All-American. They could be your state champion. You could see that person at the Kansas Relays. I remember when. And then, I saw them. Did Bryce Hoppel know 10 years ago that he was going to be? We don't know. Right. He probably did, because he's pretty good. He knew. And stuff. But now he's the fastest man in America for the 800, right? And stuff. So I remember seeing him race as a collegiate here. So I have that vision. I have that vision in my head, of him racing and stuff. Crazy. So so you just never know.
Well, you can tell the event is something that Tim just holds so near and dear to
I
him.
love it when someone's passionate about something.
He's so excited, but he also said for the first time this year they'll be doing a Special Olympics race
really?
At the beginning. So they'll have a men's versus a women's team. So that's one of the things you can expect to see in addition to the other contests as well. So it should be a fun weekend.
Should be fun. We'll get out there. All right, coming up after the break on K-Nation, we hope you haven't had enough Augusta National today. We sit down with K-State golfer Carla Bernat and her caddy Rinko Mitsunaga after the break.
I would highly recommend Denali Homes to anybody to come get their products from them, to come in and browse their store and talk to them about installation of most anything that you need for your home.
Know a teacher who's going above and beyond? 27 News and Noller Ford want to honor them. Nominate your favorite educator for Teacher of the Month and let us celebrate their dedication. Teacher of the Month, sponsored by 27 News and Noller Ford.
Car wrecks don't just happen from 9 to 5. If you're in a wreck, we're available 24/7.
Don't wait until tomorrow to get the help you need now. In a wreck, need a check?
Patterson Legal is the way to go. Call 431-0000.
Local people, local pride, local beer. This is our craft, the quest for perfection in every glass.
Blind Tiger Brewery and Restaurant, 37th and Kansas.
It only takes one moment for you to inspire someone to chase their dreams. For over 50 years, Lewis Toyota has seen our community inspire the next generation. We want to take a moment to thank you for choosing to make a difference. You never know how far a little encouragement will go.
Welcome back to the McCride Open.
It all comes down to this. This is what she's been working for.
If she makes this, she gets the jacket.
McCride Plaza, a retirement community like no other.
You'll spend way less at Success Vision, but what I love is the same-day service.
No-line bifocals are usually like $250, but because they make them here in the store, you can get 2 pairs for $79 in just a couple of hours.
I've never understood how other places can make you, wait a week to get your glasses. I mean, do you just not use your eyes for a week?
Even my no-line bifocals were ready in just a couple of hours.
2 pair for $39 in an hour for less. Come see us today, Success Vision Express.
Welcome back into K-Nation. The Masters is a tradition unlike any other, and before Rory won earlier today, it was Carla Bernat claiming the title at Augusta National last week.
Yeah, you heard it at the start of the show. She said, as some of those shots, I don't know why it's so hard. Yeah.
I know.
The K-State Seniors coming off that women's amateur win, and I caught up with Bernat and her caddy and assistant coach Rinko Mitsunaga before the team left for the upcoming Big 12 tournament. Listen in as we bounce back and forth between interviews.
Knowing you for a few years now, you were definitely timid at first, especially doing media. As your English has improved, your personality has opened up more. How freeing is it to just be yourself, playing to the crowd, playing to the people?
I mean, yeah, it's really nice. It's nice to see how working on something gives a better result. Because at Tulane, I did try a lot to do press, but it never they didn't make me feel comfortable, right? Yeah. And I think now that I'm here in Kansas State and I see that we maybe need some media to get bigger and bigger, I think it's worth it.
How proud are you of Carla?
I mean, to be honest with you, I got teary-eyed the night before because it was just a full circle moment for us. We've been with her for 4 years. And there's obviously been a lot of up and downs with our career together, and it's bittersweet because she's going into the real world now, and the world doesn't know how hard she's worked. But there's been days where it's raining and no one else is willing to go out there, and it's super cold, and she's the only one that's out there grinding. She's been a great role model for her teammates. She's really made us better coaches.
I really like how I felt with her in that tournament. It's like the kind of tournament you just need to feel comfortable walking, and don't give the importance that the tournament has. Now that I won, I know what it means, but when you're walking in the fairways, you just need to be focused on the golf, not on what it means. And she does a great job just remembering me who I am.
Finally hit me that she was graduating. It was kind of she doesn't need us anymore, but not in a bad way, in a really, really positive way of she's going to be just fine in life. She's going to achieve her dreams that she's told us from day one, and we're just so proud of her.
Who's the biggest name that reached out to you after the win?
I mean, I think Rafa Nadal. He DM'd me on Instagram. Gary Player posted me, and Paul Gasol did even DM me privately. So yeah, I mean, just saying those names, I get
Same here, and I didn't even get them.
Right? It's just really I don't know. I'm really passionate about these people saying that. I'm super grateful. Yeah.
Well, you said before it even started that those people were your heroes, like Rafa. To hear from them, what did they say, and what was going through your mind when you see that DM notification pop up?
I mean, whenever I saw Rafa's and Pau Gasol's, I literally dropped my phone. I was like, I got so hard that my coach was like, "Are you okay? Like, what happened?"
Yeah.
I'm like, Rafa Nadal just DM me. It was crazy. It was awesome to see, and like something that you never think is gonna happen.
Are you some sort of mathematician? Because she was talking about converting meters to yards like that, because she's from Spain, of course, and I guess I didn't even realize that they have to do that on the golf course. But how did you learn to quickly do that?
So I'm quite the opposite. I am awful at math. I did a communications major in college so that I could avoid any math class.
Yeah.
And that was something that we had joked about for the last 3 months of, okay, you gotta do math.
Have you been studying?
Yes. I hate to admit, I haven't studied. And you know what's so funny? The first round, I did not do any. I did the yards, and then she did the conversion. And then the second round, she was like, you know how to do it? Like, it's really easy. And she showed me. And after that, I was like, I was just trying to beat her.
What were some words that you were saying after a bad shot, and what were some words that she was saying to fix it?
It was just more like, so whenever I hit a bad shot, I'm like, go, like I'm really reactive, like go, sit, whatever. And then after I see the result, I'm like, oh God, like what am I gonna do now? Like, do you think this is like uphill? Right? Do you think it's hard? I just like, just relax, like let's get to the ball and let's see what you have, and we'll figure it out. I think that's the sentence of the week. We will figure it out.
Throwing on that white straight jacket of a suit to caddy. How'd that feel to you're watching the last 70 odd years of caddies getting to dress up that way. Now you have that suit with your name on the back.
It was amazing. I mean, I didn't want to take it off.
Do you get to keep it?
I will not answer that question. So last year she actually had a Augusta caddy, but he was also a K-State grad. And I got to watch him caddy for her, and he did such an amazing job helping her on the golf course. And I wasn't expecting to caddy for her the last day, because you can choose if you want to use a local caddy or not. And when she told me she wanted me to caddy, I was like, okay, like I get to finally. Stu was really worried that they weren't gonna have a suit my size, and that was gonna look ridiculous.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'2", so Carla and I are the same height, which is so funny. And he looked at me, and I was like, okay, this is the moment where it's gonna be like 7 foot long, and they found one my size.
And I asked about Gene Taylor earlier, but what's that relationship with him to where you're like, hey, I want you to come here and watch?
I mean, he means a lot to me. He is really supportive with, I mean, of course, the whole athletics, but mostly our golf program. I think, I don't know, having him there, it was like having the image or the symbol that Kansas State is with me and supporting me.
That's awesome. I won't take up any more of your time, Carla. Congrats. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I asked them both, is it really so cool, this grand spectacle, all this? They said, you got to go.
Oh.
If you get the chance to go, it's unlike anything you've ever seen.
Says. Like, you'll never experience anything like it again.
All right, stick around. More K-Nation comes your way after the break.
We get a lot of calls from people asking if we sell and install siding and windows. Oh my goodness, Murphy. Yes, of course we do roofs. It's in our name.
Nestle Roofing, Siding, and Windows. It's all in the name. All your needs under one.
If you've been injured in Kansas, or really anywhere, you need to talk to an attorney who has experience representing people who've been seriously injured. I've been doing this for 30 years, and it's all I've done since 1997. I'm confident that we are going to be able to get your case resolved, because this is all we do is represent injured people just like you.
If you've been in an accident and need my help, call me. I'm here for you.
Just announced employee pricing to the public. At Noller Ford, get $10,000 off a new Bronco. 24 Ford Expeditions take a massive $20,000 off. Get a new 24 F-150 and take up to $10,000 off. Better than employee pricing. That's the Noller way.
Hi, Clay Sherwood with Swims and Sweeps. I'm here with Frank and Dean, the CEOs of Cute, and they want me to tell you about Aspen Spas. We have personal spas, swim spas, and party spas available. Have Frank and Dean show you your new Aspen Spa.
Are you dreaming of a steady income in retirement? My team and I are here to help you plan for a financially secure future. Reach out today and let's build a worry-free retirement together, because those who plan for the future have one.
What are your dream projects? Fidelity State Bank can help you with a home equity loan to do those larger projects you want to do on your home. Many options are available. The home equity loan can help increase your current property value. Just call us to discuss making your dreams come true.
Your hometown Fidelity Bank. We do business right here at home.
All right, before we sign off, best not forget big Sunflower
Yes.
Showdown over in Lawrence on Friday.
Yes, should be a fun go-round with both schools sitting in the top half of the Big 12 standings. Here's some history by the numbers. KU's record book says the Hawks lead the all-time series 197-189-1, but K-State's website says the Cats lead the all-time series 193-190-1. They both agree on the tie, though, right?
I agree on the
so
tie.
They've got some neutral
Yeah.
ground there. The Cats did win the series in Manhattan last year, but remember, KU won the meeting 2-1 in the Big 12 tournament.
It's going to be a fun one.
It'll be fun.
Thanks for watching K-Nation.
Have a great night.
He had about 3 buttons unbuttoned, and he was ready to rock and roll.
A bicycle pump, a loaf of bread, 3 apples, and a Tic Tac.
15 practices.
You're way back there, man.
I know. They're sticking
You
me
got
back
kicked
here.
out.
I haven't got my rocking chair yet, but I'm anticipating it eagerly.